This is amazing.
When the temperatures drop in Hong Kong, excitement simmers over the city's winter delicacies, and no cold weather dish is more loved than clay pot rice. This fluffy, crunchy, flavour-packed dish has been a favourite winter warmer of locals for decades, and although many places around town serve it, there are a few elite spots with a big reputation and lines to match. One of these is Hing Ki, which has been around in the Kowloon neighbourhood of Yau Ma Tei since the early 80s and pleases the crowds, especially when the nights are longer, with its dizzying array of takes on the dish. Tonight we're going to try a couple of these and soak up the vibes of this legendary city spot and see if it's worth the hype. This is Sam Eats It.
Hey guys, thank you for joining me on a chilly evening in Hong Kong. I think this is the first time on this channel, pretty sure first time I've worn my coat for a video, but for good reason, that because it is a little bit nippy, the perfect kind of night for clay pot rice. Now we're in Yau Ma Tei, we've just got off the MTR and we're about to walk up on Hing Ki, which is one of the famous clay pot rice places in Hong Kong. It's been around since the very early 80s, and since then they've kind of expanded a bit to have a number of shop fronts in this neighbourhood on the northern end of Temple Street. The line though looks pretty long, so hopefully we don't have to wait too long for a seat, but I mean the line's a good sign. Line means it's popular. Should be delicious. So it's a good job that we got in line when we did, because this queue just seems to keep growing and growing. It's about 6:30 and it seems like all of Hong Kong and their dog are in the mood for clay pot rice at Hing Ki right now. But we're braving the cold because that's what we do. This is dedication. But I am getting a bit hungry. And just like that, we're at the front. And I don't know where to go. There are so many shop fronts here. I'm just waiting for the lady to direct us. Okay, we're in, we're going in. We've been directed, we've been flagged this way. We went to this shop front. Amazing. Let's get in there, it looks warm. We actually ended up getting in here pretty quickly. We were only in line actually a few minutes. As I said, the fact that it's got multiple shop fronts around this neighbourhood just means that you get directed into one of them and the line just goes pretty quickly. So that's good. We're in, super atmospheric in here. A lot of people are wearing the coats because it is still chilly. It's quite open, but now to look at the menu and make our order. Can we get this one, minced beef rice pot? Egg, yep, okay, please. So the ladies just took our order. Now, Hing Ki, it started off only serving a few variations of clay pot rice, but it's since grown since the 80s when it opened to offer like 60, I think it is, variations, or more than 60 variations. So basically you can get like whatever you want. There are so many options here, which is one of the great things about it. And a little bit about clay pot rice in general. It started becoming big in Hong Kong in the 1980s as a winter warmer, and it's thought to be a real soul food. It doesn't just warm the body, but it also warms the heart and warms the soul. And how they make it is in a bo jai, which is a clay pot. They cook the rice with the ingredients together. So ideally at the end of it, if it's cooked well, you get a lovely fluffy bed of rice with the ingredients that have imbued the flavors into the rice. Okay, so now let's wait for our meal to come. I cannot wait for this. Oh my God. She keeps going past me with hot pots, and I keep thinking it's going to be mine, but alas, not yet. Just have to keep waiting. This is the process. We have to wait for our reward. Got to get it perfect. There are a ton of clay pots just turned up. Surely. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. There's one. One down, one to go. There's confusion with the orders. They do all look exactly the same, to be honest, before you pull the lid off. She's give our one to him. She's give his one to us. Thank you, guys. Looks delicious. Okay, so we've got our 2 clay pot rices now. Yeah, we're gonna keep the lid on. Apparently that's the secret. You keep the lid on just to let the rice burn a little bit, because you want that, they call it rice burn, they call it fan jute, which literally means you get a crust. It's kind of like a Korean bibimbap, or even a Spanish paella, right? Where the part of the rice that touches the clay pot, it kind of just cooks, burns a little bit to a crisp. So you get a mixture of those textures. You get the fluffy rice in the middle, and then around the edges, you get that nice crisp to complement everything. Thank you. Go aside. Thank you. Okay, so we got the sweet soy sauce from the table next door. So now we're ready to go. So let's have a look. Oh my gosh, that looks absolutely delicious. Wow. We've got the minced beef and egg, which looks pretty simple, but it's just radiating heat. It looks absolutely amazing. And then we've got the lapchong Chinese sausage, assorted preserved meats, and spare ribs, I think was the title of that. It's got a lot of meat in there. It's very meat centric. And then they've got a little bit of scallion garnish on there, and it just looks and smells absolutely fantastic. I'm in food heaven right now. I'm literally salivating. So the first thing that you've got to do just to flavor it is pour this sweet soy sauce on there, just to kind of give it that extra bit of sweetness, that kick, that interplay. Now it's time to mix it up. Just get the juices all playing together there. And we're ready to dig in. My mouth is watering. We're gonna go with the beef and egg one first, just because it's the order that we got it. So let's do this. Get loads of beef on there. Oh my God. Wow. That is. You know, the first thing that hits me about that, it's smoky. It's got like a real smoky flavor to it. And I think that's just the way it's cooked. And then you've got all that flavor just dripping, literally dripping through the rice here. And the beef is super flavorful. And that is just, absolutely wonderful. Yeah, you can taste the juices. The texture of the rice is lovely. It's kind of like, once I've mixed it up, it's kind of like a lovely mix between pillowy, and then you get a little bit of the harder textured stuff that's been around the perimeter of the clay pot. And yeah, that soy sauce, really nice, just makes it pop a little bit. Really good. Okay, and now on for really what I think is the main event. This is just, if it was a pizza, it'd be a meat feast, right? It's like a Chinese meat feast. It's got the lapchong, or your preserved sausages, and then obviously the pork spare rib. So let's get some of this yunchong, this Chinese liver sausage. Let's do that. Plenty of rice on there. This is amazing. This is absolutely, it's all right. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic. Oh, and look at that rice. Look at that fan jute. That is super burnt. Maybe I've left it on there for a little bit too long, but you know that's going to taste absolutely delicious, out of this world. You know it is. So crispy. Yeah, it's like bibimbap with a really, really, really undeniably Cantonese twist. That's what this is. All the bursting flavors of Cantonese, unabashed, a little greasy, super meaty, and super, super warming. This is good for the soul. That spare rib to die for. Look at that. You just can't argue with that. You just cannot argue with that. It's amazing. And you know, it's just perfect for a night like this in Hong Kong where it's going dark a little bit early. The lights and the neon that's left here is coming on. You can see people's breath because it's really that cold this evening, and taking in the crowds. Everybody eating more or less the same thing, even though there are tons of variations, but you know, everybody eating claypot rice and just kind of a kindredness, right? Everybody's doing the same thing, just trying to escape the cold, feel warm, feel happy, feel full and satiated in the depths of a Hong Kong winter. What a pick-me-up, you know? Winter can be miserable, but not when you have claypot rice. Ah. Okay, so we've just polished off 2 claypot rices, and am I absolutely stuffed. This is really filling food, and not just for the stomach but also for the heart and the soul, as a lot of people say. But it is true, you know, this is like a really lovely, delicious winter warmer, and you know, it just makes you feel like whole and kind of warm and fuzzy inside on these really dark, really cold winter evenings. And I think that's exactly what it's meant to do. That's why claypot rice has such a reputation in Cantonese cuisine and in Hong Kong, and that's why so many people pack Hing Ki and other claypot rices out around the city on a nightly basis at this time of year. And Hing Ki's claypot rice serves that purpose as well as any claypot rice I've had. These claypot rices are absolutely phenomenal, and Hing Ki is a place that I'll be coming back to do it again. But that's all we have time for in this episode. So as usual, thanks for watching, and until the next one, cheers.
And that concludes our claypot rice experience at Hing Ki. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if so, make sure to like, subscribe, share this video with all your foodie friends, hit the notification bell, and of course let us know in the comments where you'd like us to visit next. Thanks for watching, and until the next feast, take care and stay hungry.